Bishop b3.
Bishop to b3. Yeah, seems pretty
straightforward. Now, if you do play h4 check, and I move my king, let's say to h2, I've given rook e2 as a way of protecting the pawn on, and he's
okay. For now, Magnus simply plays rook c5.
Not a strange move to my eyes. It doesn't. You didn't play h4 and with a check, and you didn't give a check on c3 and trying to win the pawn. So I have rook e2 as well as a4.
Yeah, I think a4 should be good enough, right?
For a draw, yes.
Give the c2 pawn, yeah, and eventually exchange your passed pawn for black's c7 pawn.
I'm just thinking rook e2. I'm slightly better as white.
As what? No,
I'm the one with the passed pawn.
But it's not going too far, right? With your rook being on e2. But like, Magnus gonna go g5. Rook e1.
Well, the problem is right now you're starting to see a problem. You also have only 55 seconds.
Can I take the c2 pawn, by the way?
You can. You have rook g5 at the
rook c1, yeah, rook g5 check.
I have missed rook g5, by the way. I'm not sure Wesley hasn't either. Although, again, that's a draw.
Yeah, I mean
3 versus 2, easy draw for white. But rook e1, strange move. Rook e2, defending the pawn.
Well, the thing is, if you do want to pick up a pawn, probably now is the time. Just take on c2 and play that endgame.
He's done it. Rook c1, I expect. Or, yeah.
Rook g5.
Check on g5.
Where do you put the king now? You probably hide it on h2, right?
Yeah, probably go to h2. Right, and then Magnus trades, and we will end up in 3 versus... no! He has c5.
But c5,
no,
rook c4.
Rook c4,
rook
b4.
c4.
Rook c4,
b4.
You can't really avoid the trade, yeah.
f3.
f3.
Or king g1, if you want to be super safe.
f3 is pretty safe. He wasn't sure. He really wasn't sure. That was kind of a funny moment there by Wesley.
Yeah, okay. So
I don't think Wesley...
Unless something like crazy happens there.
This should be a complete draw. Let's go back to which game that we kind of put our little action.
Well, I want...
And Magnus, and now instead of 3 versus 2, 2 versus 1, beautiful f pawn. 2 versus 1, beautiful f pawn on f3, not a pawn on h3. If the pawn was on h3, some small chances. With the pawn on f3, nothing.
No chances.
No chances.
f5?
Kind of a strange move. Why don't you pin the pawn there?
Yeah, kind of a...
Some small chances. With the pawn on f3, nothing.
No chances.
No chances.
f5?
Kind of a strange move. Why don't you pin the pawn there?
Yeah, kind of allowing f5, even though it's still a draw, but you kind of, allow your opponent to improve a little bit.
Kind of a strange move. Why don't you pin the pawn there?
Yeah, kind of allowing f5, even though it's still a draw, but you kind of, allow your opponent to improve a little bit. Yeah,
draw agreed.
Anyway, draw agreed.
And one remaining game, Jordan Van Forest?
Jordan Van Forest against Topalov. Yeah, that's a crazy